Welcome to Mincho's world. And today's story is about me, a girl whose beauty made everyone obsessed with her. But she never expected one boy's love would completely change her life forever. This story has jealousy, obsession, romance, betrayal, drama, and a plot twist you probably won't expect. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. I used to think being beautiful was a blessing. Back in my old city, everyone knew me. I was the girl people stared at when I walked into a room. The girl boys fought over. The girls copied while pretending they hated her. I had long golden hair, bright hazel eyes, perfect grades, and thousands of followers online. My life honestly felt like something out of a movie. I had friends, attention, opportunities. Even modeling agencies had contacted me before I turned 17. People always told me, "You're so lucky." But nobody talks about the ugly side of beauty. Nobody talks about the jealousy, the rumors, the fake smiles, the loneliness that comes from never knowing who genuinely likes you. Still, my life was good until the day everything changed. My dad got a huge job opportunity in Spain, and within 2 months, we moved to Valencia. New country, new language, new school, new life. I remember standing in front of my new school on the first day, feeling sick to my stomach. The building looked huge compared to my old one, and everybody already seemed to know each other. Meanwhile, I was just the new girl. I kept telling myself, it's fine. Just survive the first week. I had no idea that first week would completely change my life forever. The moment I walked into class, people noticed me immediately. I could literally feel the room go silent. Some boys looked shocked. Some girls instantly looked annoyed. One girl whispered loudly enough for me to hear, "She literally looks unreal." Another girl rolled her eyes and muttered, "Great. Another attention seeker." I hadn't even said a word yet. That was the thing about being pretty. Sometimes people decide who you are before you even open your mouth. The teacher introduced me, and I sat near the window, trying to ignore everyone staring at me. That's when I noticed him. At the back of the classroom, dark, messy hair, black uniform slightly unbuttoned at the top, sharp jawline, cold expression, and eyes that were already staring directly at me. Not casually, not curiously, intensely, like he already knew me. The weirdest part? Everybody else seemed nervous around him. Girls kept glancing at him nonstop. Boys acted careful around him. Even the teacher spoke to him differently. I heard his name later that day, Nicolas Torres. Apparently, he was the most popular guy in school. Every girl wanted him, and somehow, he only looked at me. At first, I ignored it. I mean, handsome boys stared at me all the time. I was used to attention, but Nicolas felt different. There was something about him that made me nervous. For the next few days, he kept appearing everywhere in the library, near my locker, at the cafe across the street, even outside school near the bus station. At first, I convinced myself it was coincidence. Then one day, I was walking home after volleyball practice, and suddenly a black car slowed down beside me. The window rolled down. It was him. "You'll get sick walking in this rain," he said calmly. I tightened my grip on my bag. "I'm fine." He tilted his head slightly. "You live 15 minutes away? You forgot your umbrella?" My heart dropped. How did he know where I lived? I quickly walked away without answering. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Things got stranger after that. Flowers started appearing in my locker, expensive chocolates, little notes written in neat handwriting. "You look tired today. Sleep earlier. And blue looks good on you. My favorite thing about school is seeing you smile." No signature. But I knew it was him. Every time I tried confronting him, he would just smile slightly and say, "You think too much." The problem was, girls at school started hating me because of it. They were obsessed with Nicolas, and the fact that he ignored everyone except me drove them insane. I heard rumors every single day. "She probably flirts with every guy. She acts innocent, but she loves attention." I heard she got kicked out of her old school. Girls who had never spoken to me suddenly acted like I was their enemy. One time, someone poured juice on my chair before class. Another time, my gym clothes disappeared. Someone even made a fake account posting edited pictures of me. I tried staying strong, but honestly, it hurt. Especially because I hadn't done anything. Meanwhile, boys at school kept trying to talk to me. One guy from the basketball team asked me out in front of everyone in the cafeteria. Another offered to help me with Spanish classes. A few others would randomly sit near me during lunch just to start conversations. And every single time, Nicholas would quietly watch from a distance, not angry exactly, just a little jealous. At first, I tried ignoring it, but honestly, it was impossible not to notice the way his expression changed whenever another guy got too close to me. He never caused scenes, never acted dramatic, but there was always this quiet tension around him. One afternoon, a boy named Nico walked me home after school. He was sweet, funny, and easy to talk to. For the first time since moving to Spain, I felt like I was finally starting to make normal friends. We talked about music, school, and how difficult it was for me to adjust to living there. By the time we reached my apartment building, I was actually smiling. The next day, though, Nico came to school with bruised knuckles and refused to even look at me. I immediately thought of Nicholas. When I confronted him after class, he looked genuinely confused. "I didn't touch him," he said calmly. "You expect me to believe that?" He sighed softly and leaned against the wall. "Believe whatever makes you feel safe." Safe. That word stayed in my mind for the rest of the day. Because strangely enough, despite how intense he could be sometimes, I never truly felt unsafe around him. Confused? Yes. Overwhelmed? Definitely. But deep down, I knew he would never hurt me. Weeks passed, then months, and little by little, I started noticing sides of Nicholas nobody else ever seemed to see. He was quiet but thoughtful, the type of person who remembered tiny details without even trying. My favorite snacks, my favorite songs, the fact that I hated thunderstorms, the way I always got nervous before presentations. Sometimes it honestly scared me how observant he was. But at the same time, it also made me feel cared for. One night during heavy rain, my apartment suddenly lost power while my parents were away visiting relatives. The entire place went dark. I was already stressed from school, exhausted from studying, and the storm outside only made everything worse. About 5 minutes later, someone knocked on the door. When I opened it, Nicholas was standing there holding flashlights, batteries, food, and my favorite hot chocolate from a cafe near school. I stared at him in complete shock. "How did you know the power went out?" For the first time since meeting him, he actually looked embarrassed. "You texted your friend Sophia about it. You read Sophia's messages? She leaves her phone unlocked." I should have been horrified, seriously, but instead, I burst out laughing, and somehow, that became the first real moment between us. Not the awkward tension from school, not the staring, not the jealousy, an actual real moment. That night, we sat on the floor of my apartment eating snacks with flashlights beside us while the rain hit the windows outside, and for the first time, I saw him smile properly. Not the cold little smirk he usually gave people, a real smile. After that, we slowly started getting closer. He opened up more around me. I learned that despite his perfect image at school, he was actually extremely lonely. His mother had died when he was young. His father was always busy with work. Most people only liked him because he was rich, attractive, or popular. Nobody really tried understanding him. And honestly, nobody really understood me either. People saw my looks before they saw me as a person. So in a strange way, we understood each other better than anyone else ever had. Still, his feelings for me kept growing stronger. He waited outside my classes sometimes, he memorized my schedule without realizing it. And yes, he got jealous pretty easily. Sometimes it felt overwhelming, like he cared too much. But none of it came from cruelty. That's what made it complicated. Everything he did came from love. Then came the winter party, the biggest event of the year. Everybody attended. The girls spent weeks preparing dresses, hairstyles, and makeup just for the chance Nicholas might notice them for 1 second. I wore a long silver dress with soft curls in my hair. The moment I walked into the ballroom, conversation slowly started fading. People stared. Whispers spread across the room almost immediately. And then I saw him. Nicholas was standing near the staircase wearing a black suit, and for a second he genuinely looked speechless, like he forgot how to breathe. His eyes stayed on me as he slowly walked closer. "You look beautiful," he said quietly, and somehow, hearing those words from him felt different than hearing them from anyone else.